Chapter 8. At that time, saith the Lord, they shall bring out the bones of the kings of Judah, and the bones of his princes, and the bones of the priests, and the bones of the prophets, and the bones of the inhabitants of Jerusalem out of their graves. And they shall spread them before the sun and the moon, and all the host of heaven, whom they have loved, and whom they have served, and after whom they have walked, and whom they have sought, and whom they have worshipped. They shall not be gathered, nor be buried. They shall be for dung upon the face of the earth. And death shall be chosen rather than life by all the residue of them that remain of this evil family, which remain in all the places whither I have driven them, saith the Lord of hosts. Moreover, thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord, Shall they fall and not arise? Shall he turn away and not return? Why then is this people of Jerusalem slidden back by a perpetual backsliding? They hold fast deceit, they refuse to return. I hearkened and heard, but they spake not aright. No man repented him of his wickedness, saying, What have I done? Every one turned to his course, as the horse rusheth into battle. Yea, the stork in the heaven knoweth her appointed times, and the turtle, and the crane, and the swallow observe the time of their coming. But my people know not the judgment of the Lord. How do ye say, We are wise, and the law of the Lord is with us? Lo, certainly in vain made he it. The pen of the scribes is in vain. The wise men are ashamed, they are dismayed and taken. Lo, they have rejected the word of the Lord, and what wisdom is in them? Therefore will I give their wives unto others, and their fields to them that shall inherit them. For every one from the least even unto the greatest is given to covetousness, from the prophet even unto the priest every one dealeth falsely. For they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, Peace, peace, when there is no peace. Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore shall they fall among them that fall. In the time of their visitation shall they be cast down, saith the Lord. I will surely consume them, saith the Lord. There shall be no grapes on the vine, nor figs on the fig tree, and the leaf shall fade, and the things that I have given them shall pass away from them. Why do we sit still? Assemble yourselves, and let us enter into the defenced cities. And let us be silent there, for the Lord our God hath put us to silence, and given us water of gall to drink, because we have sinned against the Lord. We looked for peace, but no good came, and for a time of health, and behold, trouble. The snorting of his horses was heard from Dan. The whole land trembled at the sound of the neighing of his strong ones, for they are come, and have devoured the land, and all that is in it, the city and those that dwell therein. For behold, I will send serpents, cockatrices among you, which will not be charmed, and they shall bite you, saith the Lord. When I would comfort myself against sorrow, my heart is faint in me. Behold the voice of the cry of the daughter of my people, because of them that dwell in a far country. Is not the Lord in Zion? Is not her king in her? Why have they provoked me to anger with their graven images, and with strange vanities? The harvest is past, the summer is ended, and we are not saved. For the hurt of the daughter of my people am I hurt. I am black. Astonishment hath taken hold of me. Is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Why then is not the health of the daughter of my people recovered? In order to show, this is verses 1 through 3, in order to show the greatest possible contempt for the promised land and for the people of the promised land, or any place else they captured, it was a pretty general practice for the enemies of any particular nation, in this particular case we're talking about Israel and Judah here, to go to the sepulchres and places where the kings and princes and the prophets and the priests and the principal people of the country were buried in the sepulchres, and drag the bones out of those places and expose them on top of the ground to the sun, the moon, and the stars, which were generally believed to be the gods that Israel worshipped, because that was how they did. So that the gods would be able to look down on the bones of the people that worshipped them, and the bones of the people would be in the face of the gods, and people who were still alive would see to it that these gods were perfectly useless, that even though the people worshiped these false gods, these sun, the moon, the stars, the planets, whatever, that they didn't look after these people. They were perfectly useless. Now the prophets, of course, they took out were false prophets. This was the highest form, the highest expression of hatred and contempt that an enemy could impose upon a people that they conquered. Now, there was, in verse 22, it says, there was no balm in Gilead. If you would refer back to Genesis chapter 37, verse 25, if I remember correctly, Gilead was famous for a special healing ointment or balm, called balm of Gilead, that they produced there. However, as Jeremiah was saying, there was no ointment that was going to cure the rebellion and the ignorance of Israel. The balm that was required would only be available from the Lord, and they had rejected him, and that meant there was none.